We'll begin with features of Java. So the first feature is simple. Java is very easy to learn and its syntax is simple and clean and easy to understand. So Java एक बहुत ही simple प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज है जिसका सिंटैक्स बहुत ही सिंपल है, क्लीन एंड इजी टू अंडरस्टैंड. Means a person from non-computer science background also can able to learn Java. So object oriented. Object oriented means we organize our software as a combination of different types of objects that incorporate both data and behavior. So Java में क्या है, हम लोग different और सॉफ्टवेयर को ऑर्गेनाइज करते हैं इन रिस्पेक्ट टू डेटा एंड बिहेवियर एंड द कॉम्बिनेशन इज वेरी गुड एंड वी कैन यूज इट वेरी स्मूथली इन जावा. थर्ड इंपॉर्टेंट है फीचर क्या है, प्लेटफॉर्म इंडिपेंडेंट. इट मीन्स इट इज द हार्डवेयर और सॉफ्टवेयर एनवायरनमेंट इन विच वे प्रोग्राम रन्स. दिस इज कॉल्ड ए प्लेटफॉर्म. सो जावा कोई भी हार्डवेयर या सॉफ्टवेयर एनवायरनमेंट में रन हो सकता है. इट इज ए राइट वंस एंड रन एनीवेयर लैंग्वेज. Fourth feature is secured. Java is best known for its security. With Java, we can develop virus-free systems. Fifth is robust. The English meaning of robust is strong. Java is robust because it uses strong memory management. Sixth is architectural neutral. Java is architectural neutral because there are no implementation dependent features. For example, the size of primitive types is fixed. It means there is no dependency uh, for looking into the user's requirement or looking into the code's requirement. The architecture is such in such a way that everything is predefined and everything is already fixed. Only the user need to implement it using the code, proper code. Seventh is portable. Java is portable because it facilitates you to carry the Java bytecode to any platform. It does not require any implementation. Means you can use the Java bytecode in multiple platforms. High performance. Java is faster than other traditional interpreted programming languages because Java bytecode is close to native code. Ninth, multi-threaded. A thread is like a separate program executing concurrently. We can write Java programs that deal with many tasks at once by defining multiple threads. So in this we have learned the 9 best features of Java, of why we are using frequently the Java programming language. First is simple, object oriented, platform independent, secured, robust, architecture neutral, portable, high performance and multi-threaded. Then comes Java architecture. So Java architecture is a collection of components, that is JVM, JRE and JDK. It integrates the process of interpretation and compilation. It defines all the process involved in creating a Java program. Java architecture explains each and every step of how a program is compiled and executed. So as the name suggests, architecture means it's a design plan. Okay, so it is a composition of JVM, JRE and JDK. Java Virtual Machine, Java Runtime Environment, and Java Development Kit. So in combining all three, so these three are the backbone of the Java architecture. So in this Java architecture, we can get to know how exactly that code is running, how the lines are executed, how the lines are processed, how what kind of output we are going to get, what will be the what are the possible classes, what are the possible commands that are required for calculation. So everything is clearly shown in this Java architecture. Like in building design, we need architect design. Means before we are constructing a building, we need a architectural view. Architectural overview means an overview, a visualization, how exactly we are going to plan to build our home. Likewise, this Java architecture help us to know the exact how the code is running behind, what are the functions or what are the methods, what are the operators that are being working for this behavior of Java. So the three components under Java architecture are Java virtual machine, Java runtime environment and Java development kit. So first comes Java virtual machine. The main features of Java is WORA. WORA stands for write once run anywhere. As we have discussed in the features of Java, so it is a write run once run anywhere programming language. The feature states that we can write our code once and use it anywhere or on any operating system. Our Java program can run any of the platforms only because of the Java virtual machine. So we need to remember Java virtual machine plays a very vital role in the implementation of Java in multiple platforms. It is a Java platform component that gives us an environment to execute Java programs. JVM's main task is to convert bytecode into machine code. So JVM first of all loads the code into memory and verifies it. After that, it executes the code and provides a runtime environment. So likewise, there are multiple operators, multiple features that has been predefined in the Java virtual machine. So once you write the code, so the Java virtual machine, what it does, it loads the code into the memory and verifies whether we have written the correct code or not. Because Java is very case sensitive, so it totally depends on your means writing. It totally depends on your how you are writing that command, whether you are using the proper uppercase or lowercase in writing the command. After it verifies, then only the code will be executed or the line of the code will be executed and you will get the proper output. Once you fail, once the code is verified and it is wrong, an error message will be immediately delivered to the user. So JVM architecture consists of class loader, class method area and heap. So class loader is a subsystem used to load class files. Class loader first loads the Java code whenever we run it. So the loading of the commands or the codes that we have mentioned is done by into the Java virtual machine for verification is done by class loader. Then comes the class method area. In the memory, there is an area where the class data is stored during the code's execution. So when you are running a Java program, what it does, initially the class loader plays a very important role. It loads the class files, which and it verifies. Once the class files are loaded, then only it will verify that whether you have entered the correct code or not. Then in the memory, the entire memory is not going to be used. The part of the memory like you are using, you are executing a program where you are going to only print or where you are going to do some mathematical calculation. So that part of the memory will be used and the code will be executed. Heap. The heap area is a part of the JVM memory and is created when the JVM starts up. Its size cannot be static because it increases or decreases during the application run. Like I have told you, the when you are executing a code, the memory allocation will vary. So depending on your output, what kind of output and what are the classes or what are the operators you are using, what kind of conditions you are giving to the JVM architecture, looking into that the memory will vary, whether you are going to whether the Java virtual machine is going to store something or whether it is going to just calculate and print it out. So for printing it need to store that value. Okay, so this is the role of the heap. Then comes stack. It also referred to as thread stack. The thread uses this area to store the elements like the partial result, local variable, data used for calling method and returns. So as we proceed in this class, we will get to know that what are the different calling methods, what are the different local variables, how Java stores partial results. Then it again using the next line, it executes like you are going to print something, some value, but for that you are using numerous line of code. So ultimately what Java will do, a partial result will be stored like 1 plus 1 2. Again you have after 2 3 lines, again you have used that variable and you have increased the number. 2 has been changed to 10. So it is not going to store the 2 as a permanent result. It is going to store 2 as a partial result. Then again it is going to add the number that you have given. Then it is going to print the ultimate value. Okay, so the partial results, the local variables, the data used for calling methods, the returns, the break, switch, all these are stored in this stack. So execution engine, it is the central part of the JVM. Its main task is to execute the bytecode and execute the Java classes. The execution engine has three main components used for executing Java classes. First is interpreter. It converts the bytecode into the native code and executes. It sequentially executes the code. So the bytecode is converted into native code using the interpreter. Native code means the code that is familiar, the code Java is familiar with, so it gets converted, then only it can verify. Okay, so the role of interpreter is to convert the bytecode into native code. JIT compiler. JIT compiler is introduced to remove the drawback of the interpreter. It increases the speed of execution and improves performance. So JIT compiler what it does, it removes the drawback that is faced using the interpreter, and it increases the speed of execution and improves performance. So you can remember, the execution engine has a interpreter which converts bytecode into native code, and a JIT compiler which increases the speed and performance of the execution. Then a garbage collector. The garbage collector is used to manage the memory, and it is a program written in Java. It works in two phases: mark and sweep. Mark is an area where the garbage collector identifies the used and unused chunks of memory. The sweep removes the identified object from the mark. So mark is an area where the garbage collector identifies the used and unused part of the memory. Okay, and the unused part of the memory, or the identified object which we want to remove, is removed using the sweep command. So garbage collector, what it does, it controls the memory, how many part of the, what part of the memory is used, and what part of the memory is left as unused. Then last is Java native interface. Java native interface works as a mediator between Java method calls and native libraries. So what kind of method calls you are using to call the Java command, and the libraries, those are pre-installed in the Java, has a mediator called Java native interface. Okay, so the code you are writing to call a method, or to use it for other purposes like method calls, like reference calls, so that needs to be verified with the library that is already installed in Java. Okay, so who plays the role? The mediator is Java native interface. It is a mediator between Java method calls and native libraries. So in the JVM architecture, we got to know class loader, where the subsystem is used to load the class file, class method area where the data is stored using the code's execution. Heap is that is the memory size increase and decrease. Then comes stack, where the local variable, the methods, the partial results are stored. Then comes the execution engine, which is means which is the important or the significant part of JVM architecture. So execution engine has interpreter, JIT compiler, garbage collector. Garbage collector has two things: mark and sweep. Then comes Java native interface. Then comes JRE, Java Runtime Environment. It provides an environment in which the Java programs are executed. JRE takes our Java code, integrates it with the required libraries, then starts the JVM to execute it. So, like we have read, verification is done every time, because the user is not going to use the proper uppercase or lowercase. There must be some error from the user. So if there is some error, it will verify with the native libraries or the libraries that are pre-installed. Then only it will execute the program. Java Development Kit. It is a software development environment used in the development of Java applications and applets. Java Development Kit holds JRE, a compiler, an interpreter, and several development tools in it. So the next thing that we'll be starting with, Java strings. Java strings. So strings means these are used for storing text. So if you want to print any text, or if you want to store any text in Java, then you have to use the data type as string. Okay, so like here it is mentioned, string greeting is equal to hello. So anything written within double quotes, anything you write within double quotes will be printed as it is. There will be no change. Anything you write, whether you give colon, whether you give underscore, anything you write within double quotes will be printed as it is. So next thing is string length. So string length means the string that you are going to print. If you want to know how many letters, or what is the length of the text that if you want to know, then the syntax here is length bracket. So the syntax here is length bracket. Like here what they have done, they have assigned txt. They have assigned A to Z to the name txt. So once we write txt, txt dot length bracket. So it will give us the length, the number of letters that are within the double quotes, So you can directly write the but it is better to give assign it to a value, to a name. Okay, like string. If you can write string a is equal to something, so we can write a dot length. So once you write a dot length, Java JVM will understand that the user want to know the length of the string. So here in the first top, we have, you want to using this string, we want to convert into uppercase and lowercase. Anything that is written within double quotes, anything, if you write your name, you can convert it into uppercase and into lowercase. So what is the syntax? The syntax is txt dot to uppercase. So Java is very case sensitive. If you write here txt dot small uppercase, it will not execute. It will immediately give you a error. It will immediately give you a error. So you have to be very careful while you are writing the Java commands. So here if you want to print, convert your like anything you have written in small letter, you want to convert, the syntax is txt dot to uppercase. There should not be any space. There should not be any space. Then if you want to convert anything into lowercase, it will be txt dot to lowercase. So just you want to remember, you need to remember that two lowercase, two uppercase, and in two T will be small, but uppercase and lowercase, the L will be capital, U will be capital, and in case C will be capital. So here the output will come. First output will come like this, hello world. Then second output will come like this, hello, small letter, everything into small letter. Okay. So the next is finding a character in a string. If you want to find a character in a string, then you have to use the command. The syntax here is txt index of, index of, capital of, index of. Then you have to write in double quote which character exactly you want to find out. Txt is not fixed. Txt will vary. The txt will depend on the user's allocated name. So txt is not a fixed command here. So the syntax is index. Just remember, index, capital O F, bracket. Then here you cannot leave the bracket empty. You have to give the character which you want to find, because we are finding a character. So until and unless you provide the Java JVM that which character you want to find, it won't be able to locate your character. So another one thing we should know, that for Java, the starting point is always 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anything you give, it will start with 0. The position will start with 0. So here if we see, we are giving locate. So locate, if we count here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Space is also counted. So locate is located at the 7th position. So here the output will come 7. So if you again count 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Space is also counted. So locate, it begins in at the 7th position. The string concatenation. So the plus operator can be used between two strings to combine them. This is called concatenation. So here if you see, we are going to print, we have assigned first name as John and we have assigned last name as Doe. Okay, so we want to combinedly print this both of the names. So initially what we were doing, we are printing system.out.println first name plus, within double quotes we are giving space plus last name. So it will print like this, John Doe. There will be some space. So here don't make the mistake that system.out.println, you give double quotes here and you end double quotes here, then it will print like this, first name, as you have written first name plus double quotes plus last name. So don't do this mistake of giving double quotes and as soon as you see println. Okay, so initially beforehand, what we were doing, we were assigning we were telling the system that you take the value assigned to first name, then you give some space, then you take the value assigned to last name, and then you print it. But using string concatenation also we can print. That is the syntax is first name, the syntax is first name dot concat bracket last name. So if you give like this, what it will do, it will automatically take a space and print the name. No need of giving any space. So the concat, what it does, it automatically assigns a space and it will print the text. So rather than giving a double quotes, the plus symbol, we can avoid the plus symbol and we can use the command concat. We can use the command concat. So again, within concat, never give double quotes, otherwise it will wrong. Okay. So the concat command will combine two strings. Then comes Java numbers and strings. So here if you see what will be the output will be 30, because both x and y, here both x and y are integers, here both x and y are integers, so there will be no problem, the output will be 30. But if you see here, what will be the output will be 10 20. The output will be 10 20. Why? Because x is a string and y is also a string. So if you see here what will happen, x again the output will be same 10 20, again the output will be same 10 20. Why? Because 10 has been assigned as string, whether 20 is given as an integer no problem, but though 10 is a string, so it will print as like 10 20. So the next thing that we are going to read is Java special characters. So like here, if you want to highlight any, if you want in the mid of the text you want to highlight someone's name, or you want to highlight something which is clearly visible to the user or to the client that you have made the changes. So for that the best process is like Java suggest is using a backslash. Like you can see, you can print the entire string, but in between the string you can give a backslash, then you can use double quote, then you can write Vikings, then again end it with a backslash, then give a double quote. So if you without knowing this command, what randomly you can do, you can start with a double quote, we are the so called, then again with a double quote, then again you'll end the double quote, then you write from the north, then again if you double quote, it won't get executed. So the command, the special character, the special command that has been identified by Java, is suggested by Java, is use a backslash, then start with a double quote, write your text, then give a backslash again, then a double quotes. So slash n mean it will print in new line. So if you are using system.out.println frequently 4 times, so if you don't use print ln, then what will happen? It will print in one line, means 1 2 3 4. If you want to do not want to print in the same row, then you have to use slash n. So for by that it will print like this in different rows. Okay. Then carriage return means it will immediately, like if you write slash r hello world, then what it will do, it will print hello first, then it will print world in the second row. Then tab means it will give some space, then slash b, that is backspace. If you write he backslash b l l o, so it will print h l l o, o will be, e will be omitted. So just remember, slash n for new line, slash r for carriage return, then slash t for providing some space, that is some tab, then slash b used as backspace. Okay. Then comes the most important thing, the Java math. So first of all, for the first command that we are going to use is math dot max. It means out of the two variables, it will give you the maximum value. Like here the output will come what? 10. The output will be 10. If you give 9 comma 15, the output will come 15. So if you want to calculate that out of the, like you can give a series of number 1, 9, 62, 102, 55. So if you want to identify which is the maximum value, then you have to use the command math.max. Just remember the syntax. Max is in lowercase. Everything is written in lowercase, but math is written in upper and lowercase, that is m is capital. This is the important thing. You cannot write like this, math dot max, or you cannot write like this, math dot max. Generally what happens, we write max as m capital, but in Java does not accepts m capital. It will take only max m in lowercase. So if you want to know the minimum, same thing, math dot min. So here the output will be, here the output will be how much? 5. If you want to calculate square root, then if you want to calculate square root, the formula is math dot sqrt bracket 64. Here the output will be 8. So just remember three things: math dot max, math dot mean, and math dot sqrt. Math.max will give the maximum value, math.mean will give the minimum value, and math.sqrt will give the square root. Then comes Java booleans. As the name suggests, boolean means true or false, or you can note yes or no. So very often in programming you will need a data type that will only have one of the two values, like yes or no, or on or off, or true or false. For this, Java has a boolean data type which can store true or false values. So first is boolean value. A boolean type is declared with the boolean keyword and can only take the values true or false. So you have to use the, boolean keyword. Boolean keyword. This is very important for your Java code to run. Then comes Boolean expression. A Boolean expression returns a Boolean value, true or false. This is the useful to build logic and find answers. So Boolean values will have, you want the use the Boolean keyword. Then in Boolean expression, it will return you the value as true or false. So here if you see public class main, public static void main. So here we have assigned x is 10 and y is 9. So here we just want to know that according to our command, like we are printing system.out.println x greater than y. So if x is greater than y, it will return true. If not, it will return false. If not, it will return false. So in the second, we want to see that whether x is equal to 10, means whether the value x has been assigned the value 10, whether the variable x has been assigned the value 10. If you want to check, then you can use the command x equal to 10, then it will return the value as true. Then comes Java if else. So you need to use if to specify a block of code to be executed if a specified condition is true. So if when, as it is suggesting, it is telling that where you are going to use if you feel that the specified condition is true, means if x has been assigned 10, y has been assigned 5. If you write if x is greater than y, if we want that the specified condition gets true, then we can use the command if x is greater than y, print x is greater than y, or print true. So if such a demand is there for your code, then you can use the command if. Then else is what, like you can notify the program, like if x is greater than y, then print this. if x is less than y. So how it will, you cannot write if double times. You cannot write if multiple times. So for that, what command has been introduced? That is else. That is else. If x is less than y, print this. Else, print x is greater than y. So if you are having multiple conditions, wherever you are getting multiple conditions, there you have to use two things. That is, first is if, then second is else. If this condition is true, then print this. Otherwise, this second condition will be printed, or it will be given you as your output. Then comes else if you are combinedly using else if, I'll show you some examples. Else if you are combinedly using else if, then this condition is executed if the first condition is false. So for else if to get executed, the first condition needs to be false. So for else if to be executed, the first condition needs to be false. Then comes the last one, that is switch. Then where you are using switch, where we take the help of switch, if you want alternate codes to be executed, like the first line is executed, then the third line will be executed, then the fifth line will be executed, then the seventh line will be executed, or the second line executed, then the fourth line, then the sixth line, then the eighth line. If you want such a output, then you can take the help of switch command. So here we got to know about four different commands. First is if, then else, then else if, then last one is switch. So if we see this example, what it is telling, integer x is equal to 20, integer y is equal to 18. If x is greater than y, then system.out.println x is greater than y. So it will check that x is greater than y, then this line will be executed. If this will be not correct, then this line will not be executed. Then whenever you are using else command, like integer time has been assigned 20, it has been assigned a value 20, it has been assigned a value, and if time is less than 18, if time is less than 18, print good day, else print good evening. So here time is the value, the variable time has been assigned a value 20, and the condition is if time is less than 18, but time is not less than 18, so the output will be good evening. So the output will be good evening. Then comes that else if statement. Okay, else if statement. So here what they have done, what we have done, we have assigned time is equal to 22. Then we have checked that if time is less than 10, it is not correct. Then we have again checked that if time is less than 18, again also it is not correct. So here the answer will be again good evening. Here the answer will be good evening, because we have multiple times checked that whether the variable time has having the value less than 10 or less than 18. If it is not less than 10, then again we have used else if command. If it is less than 18, it is also not greater than 18. So then we are using ultimately else. So if else if command would have been executed, then the output would have been good day. We will be seeing Java switch. सो जावा स्विच में क्या होता है, जैसे यहाँ पे आप लोग देख सकते हैं इंटीजर डे इज इक्वल टू 4, स्विच डे, इसका मतलब है डे का जो वैल्यू है दैट इज 4, इट विल डायरेक्टली जंप टू केस 4, डायरेक्टली केस 4 में जंप कर देगा और आउटपुट आ जाएगा थर्सडे. अगर यहाँ पे इंटीजर डे इज इक्वल टू 5 होता तो डायरेक्टली केस 5 में कोड जंप कर जाता और आंसर क्या आता, फ्राइडे. सो स्विच switch command is used to ignore the other line of codes and directly jump to the code, or directly jump to that line of the code which has been assigned to the variable. Okay, उसके बाद आता है जावा ब्रेक कीवर्ड. सो अगर हम लोग देखेंगे, when java reaches a break keyword, it breaks out the switch block. This will stop the execution of more code and case testing inside the block. व्हेन ए मैच इज फाउंड द जॉब इज डन, इट्स टाइम फॉर ए ब्रेक। सो जहाँ पे मैच मिल जाएगा जावा को, उसके बाद से एग्जीक्यूशन बंद हो जाएगा, डायरेक्टली उस लाइन में जो है वो प्रिंट हो जाएगा, नहीं तो एग्जीक्यूट हो जाएगा। जैसे यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं इंटीजर डे इज इक्वल टू 4 स्विच डे, लेकिन यहाँ पे केस 6 है, केस 7 है, उसके बाद डिफॉल्ट है। सो यहाँ पे क्या आउटपुट आएगा, यहाँ पे जो आउटपुट आएगा वो डिफॉल्ट आएगा। क्यों? बिकॉज यहाँ पे 4 है ही नहीं, यहाँ पे 4 कहीं पे है ही नहीं, केस 7, सो आंसर डिफॉल्ट आएगा। तो आउटपुट क्या आएगा, लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू द वीकेंड, लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू द वीकेंड। उसके बाद we'll start Java while loop. Okay, loops can execute a block of code as long as specified condition is reached. Loops are handy because they save time, reduce errors and they make code more readable. Loop का मतलब क्या होता है, जब तक हमारा मोटिव सेटिस्फाई नहीं हो जाता, जब तक हमारा कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई नहीं हो जाता, तब तक वो एग्जीक्यूशन कंटिन्यू करेगा। मतलब वी कैन टेल इट एज इट आइटरेशन, मीन्स frequent execution of the code until and unless we are satisfied with the result, okay, or we are satisfied with the condition। हम लोग जो condition दे रहे हैं, जब तक वो satisfy नहीं हो जाता, loops will go on iterating or executing the line of codes। So we'll see an example. Integer I is equal to 0 while I is less than 5, system dot out dot println I plus plus का मतलब यहाँ पे है I is equal to I plus 1। सो आउटपुट क्या आएगा, 0 1 2 3 4, इट इज लेस देन 5 and I is starting from 0, so आउटपुट आएगा 0 1 2 3 4। Now we'll see do while loop. Now we'll see do while loop. Do while loop is a variant of while loop. This loop will execute the code block once before checking if the condition is true. Then it will repeat the loop as long as the condition is true. Condition is true. Okay. वो so वो do while loop क्या करेगा, ब्लॉक कोड ब्लॉक को या लाइन ऑफ कोड को एक ही बार पहले एग्जीक्यूट करेगा, उसके बाद जाके वो रिपीट करेगा। कंटिन्यूअसली उसी कोड को वो एग्जीक्यूट नहीं करेगा, एक ही बार उसको एग्जीक्यूट करेगा। अगर कंडीशन ट्रू रहा, उसके बाद जाके वो लूप में एग्जीक्यूशन करेगा। सो यहाँ पे जैसे I is equal to 0, do system dot out dot println I plus plus while I is less than 0। सो यहाँ पे भी आएगा 0 1 2 3 4। सो डू वाइल लूप में वो क्या कर रहा है, पहले एग्जीक्यूट कर दे रहा है, पहले एग्जीक्यूट कर दे रहा है, उसके बाद जाके वो चेक कर रहा है। पहले एग्जीक्यूट कर दे रहा है कोड को, पहले कोड को एग्जीक्यूट कर देगा, उसके बाद जाके वो चेक करेगा, उसके बाद जाके वो चेक करेगा कंडीशन को पहले। लेकिन वो एग्जीक्यूशन फर्स्ट, रिमेंबर इन डू व्हाइल, एग्जीक्यूशन फर्स्ट, उसके बाद चेकिंग। सो पहले देखिए यहाँ पे क्या कर रहा है, वो प्रिंट कर दे रहा है और आई प्लस प्लस के हिसाब से प्रिंट कर रहा है, उसके बाद जाके कंडीशन दिया गया है कि आई लेस देन 5। आंसर विल बी सेम 0 1 2 3 4, बट द स्टाइल ऑफ राइटिंग विल बी like this। Then comes Java for loop. If we know how many times we want to loop through a block of code, use the for loop instead of while loop। अगर हमें पता है, अगर हमें पता है हमें कितने बार उस लूप को रन करना है, कितने बार इसको रन करना, हाउ मेनी टाइम्स वी आर गोइंग टू आइटरेट और कंटिन्यू द लूप, देन वी आर यूजिंग फॉर लूप। जब हमें पता नहीं है कि कितने बार इसको रन करना है, तब हम क्या यूज करेंगे, व्हाइल लूप। अगर हमें पता है कि 4 बार 5 बार 6 बार 10 बार रन करने से हमारा आउटपुट आ जाएगा, देन वी आर गोइंग टू यूज फॉर लूप। सो फॉर का ऐसे रहेगा, फॉर सिंटैक्स स्टेटमेंट 1 सेमीकोलन, स्टेटमेंट 2 सेमीकोलन, स्टेटमेंट 3 ब्रैकेट। सो सिंटैक्स इज फॉर स्टेटमेंट 1, उसके बाद है सेमीकोलन, स्टेटमेंट 2 देन सेमीकोलन, देन स्टेटमेंट 3 देन ब्रैकेट क्लोज। देयर इज नो सेमीकोलन एट स्टेटमेंट 3। सो यहाँ पे 2 सेमीकोलन कंपलसरी है। Statement 1 is executed one time before the execution of the code block। Statement 2 defines the condition। So ये execute पहले हो जाता है, उसके बाद statement 2 में क्या आता है, condition whether I less than 5 और आई ग्रेटर देन 5 या आई ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 2, कुछ जो भी कंडीशन हम लोग डिफाइन करेंगे, दैट इज इन स्टेटमेंट 2। स्टेटमेंट 1 में क्या है, हम लोग उसको पहले इंट्रोड्यूस करेंगे, आई इज इक्वल टू 0 या आई इज इक्वल टू 2 से स्टार्ट करना है, आई इज इक्वल टू 3 से कहाँ से स्टार्ट करना है। फिर स्टेटमेंट 3 इज एग्जीक्यूटेड आफ्टर द कोड ब्लॉक हैज बीन एग्जीक्यूटेड। स्टेटमेंट 3 का रोल क्या है, मान के चलो जैसे आई प्लस प्लस लिखेंगे या आई प्लस इक्वल टू 2, इसका मतलब आई इज इक्वल टू आई प्लस 2, आई इज इक्वल टू आई प्लस 2। ये जो कंडीशन है स्टेटमेंट 3 में रहेगा। स्टेटमेंट 3 में क्या रहेगा, या आई प्लस प्लस करना है या आई माइनस माइनस करना है या आई आई प्लस इक्वल टू प्लस इक्वल टू 2 करना है, वो रहेगा स्टेटमेंट 3 में। सो यहाँ पे हम लोग, सो वी कैन रिमेम्बर वन थिंग हियर कि स्टेटमेंट 1 में रहेगा क्या, स्टेटमेंट 1 में रहेगा डिक्लेरेशन ऑफ द वेरिएबल, मीन्स हम लोग 0 से स्टार्ट करना है या 1 से स्टार्ट करना है या कहाँ से स्टार्ट करना है। स्टेटमेंट 2 में हमारा कंडीशन रहेगा, कंडीशन क्या रहेगा, लेस देन ग्रेटर देन। और स्टेटमेंट 3 में how many times, means at what speed you are going to print the values, whether I is equal to I plus 1 या I is equal to I plus 2 या I is equal to I minus 1, ये जो है ये स्टेटमेंट 3 में रहेगा। हम लोग एक एग्जांपल देखते हैं, यहाँ पे i इज इक्वल टू 0 असाइन किया गया है, i लेस देन 5 है और i प्लस प्लस है। सो 0 1 2 3 4, अगर i लेस देन इक्वल टू 5 होता तो आंसर होता 0 1 2 3 4 5। हियर यू कैन सी i इज इक्वल टू 0, i लेस देन इक्वल टू 10, i इज इक्वल टू i प्लस 2। सो आउटपुट क्या आएगा, 0 2 4 6 8 10। सो यहाँ पे 10 क्यों आएगा, क्योंकि लेस देन इक्वल टू है और 2 टाइम्स इंक्रीज कर रहा है। कहाँ से स्टार्ट हो रहा है, 0 से। उसके बाद आता है नेस्टेड लूप। नेस्टेड लूप मीन्स लूप विद इन ए लूप, लूप विद इन ए लूप, उसको बोलते हैं नेस्टेड लूप। इट इज ऑल्सो पॉसिबल टू प्लेस ए लूप इनसाइड अनदर लूप, दिस इज कॉल्ड नेस्टेड लूप। द इनर लूप विल बी एग्जीक्यूटेड वन टाइम फॉर ईच आइटरेशन ऑफ द आउटर लूप। सो आउटर लूप जितने बार एग्जीक्यूट होगा, इनर लूप विल बी एग्जीक्यूटेड वंस, इनर लूप विल बी एग्जीक्यूटेड वंस फॉर ईच आइटरेशन ऑफ द आउटर लूप। सो यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं, फॉर आई इज इक्वल टू 1, आई लेस देन इक्वल टू 2, आई प्लस प्लस, आई जे इज इक्वल टू 1, जे लेस देन इक्वल टू 3, जे प्लस प्लस। सो सिस्टम डॉट आउट डॉट प्रिंटलन आउटर प्लस आई, मतलब आउटर अगर 1 प्रिंट होगा तो इनर 3 बार प्रिंट होगा। उसके बाद फिर से जब आउटर प्रिंट होगा, आउटर 2 प्रिंट होगा, फिर से इनर लूप फिर से 3 बार प्रिंट होगा। ठीक है, आउटर एक ही बार एग्जीक्यूट होगा, फिर इनर विल बी एग्जीक्यूटेड एंटायरली, उसके बाद फिर से आउटर एग्जीक्यूट होगा, फिर से इनर एग्जीक्यूट होगा। ओके, ठीक से इसको समझिए थोड़ा, मैं फिर से बता रहा हूँ। मान के चलिए एक आउटर है, एक इनर है लूप। ओके, सो नेस्टेड लूप क्या बोल रहा है, अगर आउटर में एक कंडीशन है x इज लेस देन 2, सो x इज लेस देन 2 का मतलब क्या है, 0 1। सो आउटर जब 0 होगा, इनर में जितना है वो एग्जीक्यूट हो जाएगा एक एक बार, इनर में जो भी कंडीशन है वो एग्जीक्यूट होगा। फिर आउटर जब 1 आएगा, फिर से इनर एग्जीक्यूट हो जाएगा। ओके, इनर में अगर यहाँ पे जैसे लिखा है जे इज इक्वल टू 1, जे लेस देन इक्वल टू 3, सो जे होगा 1 2 3। तो आउटर जब यहाँ पे आउटर क्या है, आई इज इक्वल टू 1 लेस देन इक्वल टू 2, मतलब 1 2। सो आउटर जब 1 होगा तो 1 2 3 भी इनर का एग्जीक्यूट हो जाएगा। फिर आउटर जब 2 एग्जीक्यूट होगा, सो उसके फिर से वो 1 2 3 फिर से एग्जीक्यूट हो जाएगा। सो आउटर 2 बार एग्जीक्यूट होगा और इनर 6 बार। Every time the outer loop is executed, the inner loop is entirely executed. Again, again the iteration will happen, outer loop will be executed, again the entire inner loop will be executed. ऐसा नहीं कि outer का 1, inner का 1, outer का 2, inner का 2, ऐसा नहीं है। outer 1, inner 1 2 3 जितना है, outer 2, inner फिर से continuously पूरा execute हो जाएगा। Now we have for each loop. For each loop, how to write? We have assigned string cars, Volvo, BMW, Ford, Mazda. For string I colon cars. ब्रैकेट। सो यहाँ पे प्रिंट क्या होगा, वॉल्वो, BMW, फॉर्ड, माज्दा, ऐसे एक लाइन में प्रिंट हो जाएगा, बिकॉज द कार्स text is a string is having these four values. Okay, so the for each loop which is extended to loop through elements in an array, so it will execute all the elements through an array. It will execute all the elements in one line through an array. Then Java break and continue. Java break and continue. So यहाँ पे I is equal to 10 दिया गया, I less than 10, I plus plus, I less than 10, I plus plus, मतलब क्या प्रिंट होना चाहिए, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, क्योंकि लेस देन 10 है। बट यहाँ पे प्रिंट की आउटपुट क्या आ रहा है, अप टू 3, वाई, क्योंकि I इज इक्वल टू जब 4 है वहां पे ब्रेक दे दिया, मतलब जब 4 आ जाएगा वहां से एग्जीक्यूशन बंद, मतलब 4 भी आउटपुट में नहीं आएगा। आउटपुट में क्या आएगा, 0 1 2 3, बिकॉज वी हैव मेंशन द कंडीशन आई इज इक्वल टू जब 4 हो जाएगा तो ब्रेक, ब्रेक मीन्स उसके बाद से एग्जीक्यूशन नहीं होगा, वो वाला भी एग्जीक्यूट नहीं होगा। कंटिन्यू, कंटिन्यू मतलब 4 आए, आने आने से भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, तो तुम कंटिन्यू करो। सो आउटपुट क्या आ जाएगा, 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9। अगर ब्रेक होता है यहाँ पे तो प्रिंट होता है 0 1 2 3। कंटिन्यू का मतलब है यू कैन कंटिन्यू टू एग्जीक्यूट द रेस्ट ऑफ द लाइन ऑफ द कोड्स। ब्रेक एंड कंटिन्यू इन व्हाइल लूप। सो इंटीजर I is equal to 0, integer I is equal to 0 while I less than 10, system.out.println I plus plus, if I is equal to 4 break। तो इसमें हम लोग क्या देखे थे कि पहले एग्जीक्यूशन हो जाता है, फिर उसके बाद कंडीशन को नोट किया जाता है। पहले एग्जीक्यूशन हो जाएगा, मतलब आई इज इक्वल टू 0 है, आई लेस देन 10 है, वो उसको आइडिया हो गया। उसके बाद जाके वो कंडीशन चेक कर रहा है कि अगर आई इज इक्वल टू 4 तो ब्रेक हो जाना चाहिए, तो प्रिंट क्या हो जाएगा, 0 1 2 3। जावा arrays, okay, so arrays so arrays are used to store multiple values in a single variable instead of declaring separate variables for each value, like integer like x y। so generally हम लोग क्या करते हैं, integer x is equal to 10 10, y is equal to 5। सो यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा था, एक वेरिएबल में एक ही वैल्यू स्टोर हो रहा था, लेकिन आरए में क्या होता है, we can store multiple values in a single variable। एक सिंगल वेरिएबल में मल्टीपल वैल्यूज या मल्टीपल थिंग्स कैन बी स्टोर्ड। जैसे यहाँ पे आप लोग देख सकते हैं, कार्स, कार्स आरए में क्या है, वॉल्वो, BMW, फोर्ड, माजा। जैसे इंटीजर माई नंबर में है 10 20 30 40। सो अगर आपको ऐसे सेव करना है in one single variable, then you can take the help of arrays। सो और एक चीज, array को डिफाइन करने से पहले करने के लिए क्या चाहिए, स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट। देखिए यहाँ पे दोनों जगह पे स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट है। सो दिस इज कंपलसरी, इसका मतलब आप कोई भी डेटा टाइप दीजिए, इंटीजर दीजिए, फ्लोट दीजिए, लेकिन उसके बाद स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट, उसके बाद लाइक हम लोग ऐसे लिख सकते हैं, फ्लोट स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट x इज इक्वल टू 2.5 3.6, ऐसे करके हम लोग लिख सकते हैं। लेकिन स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट है, स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट नहीं होगा तो पता नहीं चलेगा कि आरे है। बिना स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट का अगर आप एक वेरिएबल में बहुत सारा वैल्यू दे देंगे तो वो इट विल नॉट बी असाइन्ड एज एन आरे। सो हाउ टू एक्सेस द एलिमेंट्स ऑफ एन आरे। सो अभी जैसे एक एक वेरिएबल में मल्टीपल वैल्यूज है, सो हम लोग अगर मुझे 3 चाहिए तो मुझे क्या करना होगा उसके लिए। उसके लिए कमांड है, जैसे इफ आई राइट x ब्रैकेट 0 तो आउटपुट क्या आएगा, 1। x ब्रैकेट 2, आउटपुट क्या आएगा, 3। x ब्रैकेट 2 का मतलब नहीं है 2, क्योंकि हमेशा जावा कहाँ से स्टार्ट होता है, पोजीशन स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम 0 1 2 3। जैसे यहाँ पे कार्स 0, कार्स 0 का मतलब आउटपुट क्या आएगा, वॉल्वो। अगर कार्स होता कार्स 3 तो आउटपुट क्या था, 0 1 2 3 माज्दा। अगर होता कार्स 4, तो आप अगर ठीक से इसको नोटिस नहीं करेंगे तो कार्स अगर लिखा होगा कार्स ब्रैकेट 4, तो आप क्या करेंगे, 1 2 3 4 आउटपुट दे देंगे मजदा। यहाँ पे आउटपुट कुछ भी नहीं आएगा, बिकॉज द पोजिशन स्टार्ट फ्रॉम 0 1 2 3। दो वी हैव 4 कैरेक्टर्स but the position starts from 0 1 to 3. So changing an array element, अगर हमें array में कुछ changes करना है, जैसे यहाँ पे cars array में दिया है Volvo, BMW, Ford, Mazda, लेकिन वो लिख दिया है cars 0, मतलब cars array में 0 पोजीशन में हमें ओपेल रिप्लेस करना है, सो Volvo रिप्लेस हो जाएगा ओपेल से। अभी जैसे वो प्रिंट कर रहा है तो आउटपुट क्या आएगा, आउटपुट आएगा ओपेल, वॉल्वो नहीं आएगा। सो ये क्यों, यहाँ पे इट हैज चेंज्ड द कैरेक्टर्स नेम टू ओपेल। आरे का लेंथ कैसे डिसाइड करेंगे, हाउ टू कैलकुलेट द सिंटैक्स इज कार्स डॉट लेंथ मीन्स नेम ऑफ द आरे डॉट लेंथ। सो यहाँ पे क्या आएगा आंसर, आउटपुट आएगा 4। 0 1 2 3 ये पोजीशन है, लेकिन आउटपुट क्या आएगा 4। 0 इज ऑल्सो कंसिडर्ड एज ए लेंथ, 0 इज ऑल्सो इंक्लूडेड इन द लेंथ, सो आउटपुट विल बी 4। बस सिंटैक्स याद रखिए, नेम ऑफ array डॉट लेंथ, then loop through an array, loop through an array. So I is equal to 0, I less than cars dot length, cars dot length, cars dot length का मतलब कितना है 4। cars dot length हम लोग लास्ट कैलकुलेट किए कितना है 4, सो I लेस देन 4, I प्लस प्लस मतलब 0 1 2 3। सो सिस्टम डॉट आउट डॉट प्रिंट एलन कार्स ब्रैकेट आई, मतलब क्या प्रिंट होगा, वॉल्वो, BMW, फॉर्ड, माज्दा। क्यों सारा प्रिंट हो जाएगा, बिकॉज इट हैज द कंडीशन हैज बीन गिवन एंड इट सेटिस्फाइज द आउटपुट 0 1 2 3। मल्टी डायमेंशनल अरेज, जैसे हम लोग नेस्टेड लूप पढ़े थे, सो जैसे मल्टी डायमेंशनल अरेज के लिए क्या सिंटैक्स है, इंटीजर ब्रैकेट 2 स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट्स नेम ऑफ द अरे इक्वल टू कर्ली ब्रैकेट स्टार्ट 1 कर्ली ब्रैकेट 1 2 3 4 comma another curly bracket 5 6 7 curly bracket close semicolon. A multi-dimensional array is an array of arrays. Multi-dimensional arrays are useful when you want to store data as a tabular form, like a table with rows and columns. To create a multi-dimensional array, add each array within its own set of curly braces. So these are ये curly braces है. So अगर तुम्हें multiple, इसे हम लोग 3 arrays भी कर सकते हैं, यहाँ पे 3 देके इक्वल टू कर्ली ब्रैकेट स्टार्ट कर्ली ब्रैकेट डेटा कॉमा कॉमा कर्ली ब्रैकेट डेटा कॉमा कर्ली ब्रैकेट क्लोज सेमीकोलन। अभी उसमें एक्सेस कैसे करेंगे, उसमें एक्सेस कैसे करेंगे, जैसे यहाँ पे माई नंबर्स में देर आर 2 अरेज 1 2 3 4 एक अरे है, 5 6 7 एक अरे है। सो हमें एक्सेस करना है, मतलब हमें फर्स्ट अरे से कुछ वैल्यू चाहिए, सेकंड अरे से कुछ वैल्यू चाहिए। यहाँ पे लिखा है माई नंबर्स 1 2, 1 का मतलब है 0 1 मतलब 2, 2 का मतलब है यहाँ पे 0 1 2 27। ओके, सो अगर यहाँ पे होता 2 0, सो क्या होता आंसर, आंसर होता 3 5। ओके, अगर होता 0 1 1, सो यहाँ पे आंसर क्या होता है 0 1 2, वहां पे होता है 6 26। सो मल्टीपल अरेज अगर चाहिए तो वी कैन गिव डबल स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट्स। ओके, 1 2 मतलब फर्स्ट अरे का फर्स्ट पोजीशन, सेकंड अरे का सेकंड पोजीशन। सो फर्स्ट पोजीशन कौन सा है, पहला पोजीशन है 0, सेकंड पोजीशन इज 1, सो वैल्यू है 2। सो यहाँ पे 2 लिखा है, इसका मतलब है 0 0 1 2 position 2, so the value is 7, so output will be 27. Thank you everyone for your patience in listening to our video. So we'll be completing the Java series very soon. So in this video we have gone through if else, for loop, nested loops, we have learned switch, break, continue, we have also seen arrays. So in the next video we'll be going to Java methods, Java classes, Java identifiers, then we'll be going and solving some codes. We'll be writing those codes, we'll be seeing what will be the correct output. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe to Ask Me Classes.